is up, everybody? Long time no see on the streams. I hope everybody's doing well. Austin, how are we doing, man?
Doc, it's good to see you. Stream, it's good to be here. It's been a few weeks. I've been traveling a ton. I was in Arizona, then I was in California the last 20 days. So I have not been in Oregon, but it feels damn good to be back home in my normal lab on the stream with you, Doc. We haven't been able to talk as much for a while, so it was good catching up with you. We were like, let's get a stream going. So excited to craft up some stuff. Excited to go over the NFL and NBA game. Other than that, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Before I get going, just a reminder to everybody who haven't subscribed yet, me and Austin have a winnable platform now, APDP. If you guys want a free week to that, just use code NBA. The link is in our Twitter bios if you guys want to check that out. But I'm doing good, man. It's been obviously it was no secret to everybody that I had a slower start to the NBA season than you did. But man, it feels like the last 2-3 weeks, 3 weeks even, we've both been red hot. And then NFL, especially the primetime games, have been picking up for us. So we only got one NBA game, one NFL game today, but I'm feeling good about it.
Yeah, I fully agree. NBA, I think we've been like together, two of the best in the space. You really put the numbers together. It's been a good season for us. The winnable's been absolutely crushing, especially with the CLV secured. I posted Scotty Barnes 1.5 threes last night, Doc, minus 125 everywhere. It's 160, 170 on most places. So that type of stuff is why it literally pays to be in the winnable. $40 a month gets you a great deal too. We're giving a free trial right now, so make sure you guys are in, but let's get into it.
100%, man. So we'll ask the chat, do you guys want to do NBA first or NFL first, or how do we want to do that? Because I know we're going to talk about doing a prize pick slip for everything, but we can split it 2 and 2. We can go full game stack. We can really go any which way about it. So I'll leave it up to you guys, but we'll get the screen shared. We got T Sizzle saying NFL, somebody else NBA. Man, we got a split crowd here. We'll go NBA first because I think that's when we can talk about it a little bit more. And then if people want to get NFL going, we can do that. So we got the Raptors and the Knicks. Not the most exciting game, but Cat is questionable. Do we have official news on him yet or no?
I don't have official yet, but I do believe Cat or Brunson, one of them will sit because the tourney game starts for them on, I believe, Wednesday. So I would bet money pretty confidently that one of these guys sits. I think one plays, but I think
advance?
They advanced, right? They play on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, they do. I forgot they beat or
I'm fairly they play Wednesday. I'm fair against Atlanta. I'm fairly confident one of them sits. Obviously, could be wrong, but I think the fact that it's a 6.5 point spread to me shows that books are kind of thinking that too. I bet it closes at 5.5, 4.5 if one of them is ruled out. What do you think on that?
I think Cat plays and maybe Brunson sits because Cat sat last game even though he warmed up. So
exactly.
I think it's going to be Cat playing and Brunson sits. I think a lot of the value, though, I think it has to be on the Raptors side, considering we don't know what's going to happen on the Knicks side. Like if Cat sits, who are we going to target? Jericho Sims? I'm not doing that.
And I get it. A lot of Michael just said, you know who our coach is. Thibodeau doesn't typically sit guys. I get that. We saw it, though. Like you said, Doc, Cat warmed up. He wasn't on the report. Then he popped up on it, and they sat him. Right now, Cat's the only one on the report. It just makes a lot of sense to sit a guy here. It really does, especially with the tourney games. So that's how I'm seeing it. And I also think the books put Bridges lines and Hart's lines a little higher than usual.
You see Anunoby's lines?
Yeah, exactly, Doc. I was just about to say all three of those guys' lines are a little higher than usual. That kind of makes me think books don't want to get burned when, you know what I mean? Because like I thought Bridges was going to be 14.5 points here. And I was eyeing it last night, and then it opened at 16.5 just because, like I said, I thought one of these guys will sit. And there's just not a ton of value there.
Yeah.
You know?
The Knicks side was tough for me to figure out, I'm going to be honest.
A lot of
I hardly researched the Knicks side just because I was like, I know what the spots to target against the Raptors are, but when you don't know who's playing and who isn't, it's hard to get a good feel. But on the Raptors side, I feel like things have opened up a lot. Scotty's shot chucking. RJ Barrett got limited minutes last game because he was, 1, on foul trouble, 2, he was getting fucking cooked by Kyrie. So he really didn't play all that much. Kelly Olynyk is back running with the second unit. So anybody who normally runs with the second unit, Jamal Sheed, I'm blanking on the rookie's name, the center, Agba something, not
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. I'm blanking too.
This is gonna piss me off because I was looking at him earlier today.
Mogba. It's like Mogba or something.
Mogba. Yep.
Yeah.
He's good, but it's gonna be like they're gonna play Kelly over him and give him the usage over Mogba every time. Jamal Sheed, Agbaji's gonna get some work with the second unit here and there. So who takes the biggest loss? Well, Pirtle and Kelly Olynyk probably split minutes, but Kelly only played 14 minutes last game. They're nursing him back from injury. They're probably going to happen a little bit slower. So I'm reluctant to say he's just going to get 18, 20. I think they're going to rarely have, unless Mogba really can't play with Kelly, I think they're just going to split minutes between Kelly and Pirtle. So it's going to be interesting to see how much minutes Kelly gets. If he does go up to 20, I think that's going to hurt Pirtle a lot. But that's kind of my read there. He looked really good. And when he's with the second unit, he's running the second unit. Like they're using him like a Walmart Jokic almost. So that hurts Davion Mitchell a lot. And I know you just put on the screen. That's my that's my only play, like straight play in that game, is Davion Mitchell under 5.5 points. Because in the first game with Kelly Olynyk back, he didn't see a single minute that didn't have one of Kelly or Scotty Barnes on the floor. And he took 2 field goal attempts. How are you going to get 5.5 points with that kind of volume?
It's going to be tough. I mean, if he goes 2 for 2, we'll live with it. Obviously, you'd probably hammer it if you knew he was shooting twice, you know?
Yeah.
I like the look a ton. I don't think minutes are guaranteed here. We've seen Scotty chip at the point guard position, and Davion's lost minutes because of that a little bit. So I like that look here. I'm thinking, just idea in here, I think a 4-legger could be kind of fun here. I know we don't have a ton of volume. Could be fun going 2 and 2 on each side. What's your thoughts, Doc?
I'm with that. I'm good with that.
I kind of like that. I think we definitely include Mitchell because it's your favorite play today. You've been red hot. I think we don't get cute. And I like that DK doesn't even have a lineup for him right now, so that feels good.
DK's tripping. They put since they don't have an under, they put his 5.5 over at -145, even though every book has him at 4.5 now.
I'm gonna remove it just because knowing our luck, it's gonna be bumped. But I think that's our first leg. This is what I'm on. I'm on Scotty Barnes 1.5 threes. That's been nuked to Kingdom Come now. It's minus like 170 most places. But I kind of think there's some value here on this demon. I want to know your thoughts. He's over in 4 of 7. I mean, he's just been shot chucking. The volume's been great. 7, 7, 7, 5, 8, 12, 8 the last 7 games. If we get 7 threes, I mean, I know asking 3 for 7 is a lot, but for a demon, I don't think it's a bad look. I do probably want to include something Barnes related.
Might be 3-point attempts.
I was going to say this might be a better look here
because he's been shooting better the last 5-6 games. But like if you look back and going back to last season, he's not a consistent shooter from deep. Like we're talking like 30%. I know he's home today, but even on the road, he's like in the 20s. So,
well,
for two on 7 attempts, like if he goes 1 for 7, that's the right read. So I'm not.
His roles changed a little though, Doc. I feel like he's shooting it a lot more now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Through 1, you know.
No, I agree. It's just I could 100% see a 2 for 8. Like with the volume that he's getting, I have no doubt in my mind he should make 2. Asking for a third, I feel like he's asking for a lot.
That's fair. I'm cool. I mean, I like 6. I think there's a good chance we push potentially at 6. But I mean, the volume is there. Like looking at the numbers there. I mean, the volume is simply there. He's shot 6+ in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the last 8. You know, the first 4 games he was on a min restriction. He wasn't in that same role, so I'm not really looking too heavy into those. But I do feel like this is a very safe leg there.
I agree. I like the Scotty Barnes. That's 6 3-point attempts. If that was something on books, because I didn't take the 1.5 threes last night. Like I saw it with you and I liked it. The reason I didn't was because of the efficiency. But if I had the option to take a 6.0 3-point attempt slide, that absolutely would have been in my list.
Okay. Well, I'm going to remove those two just so we don't have them sitting. But I think that's our Raptors side. I feel very, very good with those. Interesting line here I was looking at. Josh Hart. Oh, they didn't take it off. 9 rebounds. If we think Cat sits, I'm fairly confident he goes over this or pushes at worst. But if Cat plays, that's where it gets a little sweaty.
Let me see how he does with Cat off the court. Looking at per 36 this season. 9.5 rebounds per 36 minutes. 5.1 assists.
Wouldn't you say if Cat or Brunson sits, he's playing 36 plus minutes?
Yeah.
Unless foul trouble, obviously.
Do you think what's his assist line? 5.5. God damn.
Dude,
I was gonna say
that's right there, Doc. Why I know one of these guys are probably sitting. All these lines are baked a little higher than usual.
Because I was gonna say if Brunson sits, then Josh Hart 6.8 assists per 36 minutes is a good look. What about does McBride have lines? Because I think I'd be fine taking McBride whether they sit or not. Fuck off, Prize.
See, bro, they know. I'm telling you, the books know that. Like, does Deuce even have DraftKings lines or anything? Let me look.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, it's probably smart. That's so the thing. Annoying. This Knicks side has a lot of variables to it. I kind of like targeting maybe a Cat or a Brunson points. Obviously, it runs the risk of getting a DMP, but it could be a good leg, like securing CLV wise.
Yeah, I'm really strong on the side that Brunson sits and Cat plays.
You think?
Yeah, because I think they were both questionable last game. They were both game time decisions, and they said they were going to decide after warmups. And since Cat played and Cat sat and Brunson played, I feel like they did it with the anticipation that the next game it was going to flip.
I mean, we could get cute with a little demon 9.5 or a little goblin. I liked Cat's RA today. I don't know where it's at now. Let's see. 15.5. I think it opened at 14.5.
Let's see. Center, starter, versus Raptors.
Fellas, feel free to drop New York Knicks props that you guys like. We're trying to figure out which way. We have the 2 with the Raptors we like. We could go a third on the Raptors side. I like Grady Dick's rebounds a little bit, but that could be getting cute.
Yeah, starting centers versus the Raptors have just been cooking.
They have been. And, like, I don't really think Towns is going to get in foul trouble against Pirtle. I mean, I hope not.
Do we worry about blowout is the thing?
If one of these guys sits, not really. I like this Raptors team, and I think they're playing pretty well. Like, Barnes RA. Yeah, I like Barnes RA, but I think I like his 3-point field goal attempts more.
So I'm looking at centers.
Yeah,
starting
centers at least open at 14.5.
I have no idea.
It's minus 170 now, so I'm not sure if anyone knows.
Starting centers versus the Raptors that have seen at least 30 minutes. 12 of 16 have had at least 10 rebounds, and Cat's leading the league in rebounds this season, I'm pretty sure.
I like the look. What do you think about Cat 2.5 threes, Doc?
I don't know if he's gonna have to shoot just because I don't.
He could pull Pirtle out though.
Yeah, but like, what I'm thinking is if they're just bad in the paint, he might not have to shoot. He might just drive.
That's fair. We're on Barnes 6.0 field goal attempts and Davion Mitchell under 5.5 points. That's what we have on the Raptors side. I'm not going to have it on the screen yet just because I don't want to risk bumping it. Still could obviously bump, but that's where we're at there. We're looking at the Knicks side. I know this is a pack on the Raptors side. I do kind of like the RJ Barrett narrative for this game, but I also know this Knicks team has a lot of guys they can throw at him. So
RJ Barrett versus Knicks log. Only one game. He had 28 and 4, shot 8 of 15, 1 of 3 from deep. Holy, 3 of 9 from the free throw line in this game. That
Yeah.
was January 20th. That was like a couple weeks after the trade.
I mean, honestly, I don't hate having 3 on one side. It is a little risky having Barnes field goals with RJ.
I think with the Davion Mitchell under, it's fine.
That's kind of what I was gonna say, is because we do have an under. Obviously, if we get the game script wrong, this shit's gonna miss. But that's a 4-legger for a reason.
I'm trying to think of who else we could like on the Knicks side.
How many field goal makes did Barrett have in that game? You said 8 of 15.
Yeah, he was 8 of 15, 3 of 9 from the line.
What about this? You trust the fella to go better than 3 for 9 from the line?
To shoot better, yes. Let's see if that volume has been consistent, though. Let's see. So this season with Scotty Barnes, he's over that line in 4 of 10 games.
Yeah.
Damn, 2 of 6, 3 of 7. This guy cannot fucking shoot.
He's ass from the line, bro. I was going to say the volume's pretty good if I'm going to get 7 attempts, but he's just broke from the line.
Somebody said Bridges under on dunks.
Is that a prop? You know, you and I do like those. If you know, you know. Those were fun last year.
I think we were 2-0 on those last year.
Those are so sweaty, though, because one fast break and you're sitting there like just begging for him to lay it up. He dunked twice in a row. He's not dunking 3 games.
Let's see. Does StatMuse have dunks?
Outlier might. I can look.
I'll check PropStatCash.
That's one, though, where if this happens, it just ruins the vibe. Like,
that's going to be a hilarious cash if it hits, though.
And he's going to play 40 fucking minutes, so.
That's the hard part for me is, blowout or not, he's getting 40.
Yeah, it's like he can foul 5 times, and he's still going to play 40 with 5 fouls. Dude, they do have a dunk prop on freaking Outlier. 10 of 23 this year.
What about
3 of 12 on the road?
Jesus.
He's
0-4 against the Raptors last year.
Yep.
3 of them were.
Bro, he's not done.
He's not dunking.
Low key, that might be a find. That's gonna get removed though if we lock it and post it. Like they'll take that shit off.
10 of 23, but 5 of them came in a 5-game span.
Barrett's line is 4.0 on underdog for free throws, by the way. Dude, this kind of looks surgical. This could be one of those like ones that's just gross as shit, but looks good.
I know.
Like I actually really like our 3 so far. I think this Bridges one could be a look. I really do.
I'm with
it. Last year, bro, he was under 23%, or he was under 77% of the games. He only had a dunk in 19 games.
That's hilarious, actually. Let's see, games with. Let's do games without Cameron Payne. He's game time decision. 3 of 6.
That shit don't matter.
Oh, Jalen Brunson isn't even questionable.
I know, but that Cat wasn't either.
Last game he was.
I don't think he was. I think they said he was going to play, and he was at shoot around, and then it popped up.
No, he was, because I was debating Jalen Duren's under RA, but I didn't pull the trigger.
Are you talking about Brunson, or are you talking about Cat?
Cat and Brunson were both game time decisions last game, because I know Cat was because I was debating Jalen Duren under RA, but I was waiting on the Cat news, which they didn't release until 30 minutes before the game.
And if Brunson does play, like if both play, this makes that dunk prop more likely even. You know? Less shots, obviously, but
8 of 21 with Cat. With Cat and Brunson.
I just don't know how all these guys have high ass field goal attempt line if both are gonna play.
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
I'm cool rolling this 3 and then trying to find one more.
Me too, honestly. I'm trying to think.
Podol under fantasy, check it out, please.
I like Pirtle under fantasy because it plays on the same Kelly Olynyk narrative. But I don't know.
So
Gotta love Prize Picks. 37.04000000.
Let's see what Center's been doing recently.
Somebody said, "Who's the other guy?"
Yeah, they're talking about you.
I figured. Well, the only reason I was confused when I saw it at first until T. Sissel said Dr. Profit, so I was like, "Oh, that's what they're asking about."
Dude, I mean, Centers have struggled against the Knicks. It's kind of guard and Cat. It should pull him out.
I agree. The issue is if Cat does sit.
Yeah, if Cat sits, we're gonna be sitting pretty.
We're in trouble if Cat sits.
Yeah, a little sweaty. I think we go Cat. Do you think Cat sits over Brunson?
I mean, Brunson isn't even on the report, so I'd have to think so.
I'm telling you, bro. I just had this feeling.
Brunson likes to play through injuries, though. If he twists an ankle, he'll play through it.
Someone said I locked in Barnes 3-point attempts and Bridget's dunk prop. I'm gonna go safe with a 2-man. This shit looks sweaty. Nah, man, this shit looks cash.
Pirtle under rebounds. Let's see.
Let's stay off this community junk.
Stay off this community junk. Let's see other centers versus New York. Let's see how they've been doing. Jalen Duren got, oh my God, Duren got 3, Nick Richards 8, Mo Wagner somehow got 12, Missy 8, Lively 9, Jokic 7. I guess it's not that bad of a matchup. We could just find an NFL play for the fourth leg.
Nah, I want same game. If we think they're both playing, bro, Brunson points is probably cash. We could demon that thing for 30.
If we think they're both playing, you think we take Brunson's over?
I almost played Brunson's points today. That's the only reason why I say it. I like Brunson for today's matchup, but obviously I'd hope Cat sits.
I just don't know how how many minutes Davion Mitchell gets, and 2, how well he does against him.
Let's fade OG.
I'm good with that, bro. That line is it's homecoming game for him too, though.
Damn, that's what it is, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, he's not a 19-point guy usually, though.
Last game versus them, he had 14 points, 7 rebounds on 5-11 shooting, and 0 for 3 from deep.
Yeah, but didn't he play like shit minutes that game?
I think he had 37. Yeah, 37 minutes.
If they're all
playing, bro, OG's not. I'm with you, bro. His recent game, 17, 25, 18, 7, 8, 8, and then a 40 ball against Denver. 27 versus Utah. That's Utah. Who gives a shit? 14, 16, 24. Like, he's not a 19-point guy.
Yeah, without Cat, OG's usually at 18. If we think both are playing, I mean, that's the thing. I don't, but the injury report has him on there.
And it'll be 21 per 36 with Brunson off.
And should we take his under fantasy score?
No, he'll fucking grab some fucking steals and fuck us.
He doesn't board for shit. We could take his under dunks too.
He's a fast break merchant.
They have him making 7 field goals.
Yeah, 20.8 points for 36 with Cat off too. So they're really banking on one of them sitting with that line.
All of the books are banking that. That's why right there I'm telling you one of these guys are going to sit. Like, I just know it. It kills me that he's not on the injury report right now because I truly do think one sits.
I wish we could play McBride so bad.
I like the OG under. If both play, this line is not an 18er.
No.
What's his like?
That's the thing. At worst, this is the right line.
He's 18.5 minus 125 on books. So annoying that Prize Picks is throwing us a freaking 18.0.
We go PR.
I'm with that. 5 rebounds. What's his PR?
Also, for what it's worth, I know I haven't mentioned this yet. I do like Grady Dick today. I like his props.
Okay.
He had 31 field goal attempts in his one game with Kelly.
Well, we're definitely not fading him. Let's go OGPR. That way we get the actual book line.
All right, bet.
All right, fellas. This is the slip here. It's the masterpiece. This is kind of sharp, Doc. I'm not going to lie.
It's going to be a fun sweat.
I may have to lock on my phone. My laptop's fucking overheating. I'm not sure if it's going to go through. Cool. Okay.
We're in.
Here, I'll send you the slip right now.
All right, bet. I know some people are wanting NFL. Do you want to go over NFL, or should I just?
Yeah, we're not going to cook an NFL Prize Pick slip. I don't think we might. I can't do that on stream today, but I'm down to go over our plays.
Yeah, for anybody that wants an actual slip, you can just go on the MCA YouTube page. Me and JJ posted a video how long ago? Like 30 minutes ago, and we have a parlay at the end. So you can do that. But as far as the game, some things to note.
Here's the Dallas. Just keep it up for y'all.
No, you're good. Dallas is very good versus the deep ball, horrible against yards after catch, which has Jamar Chase written all over it. Both teams are bad against the run. Cincinnati's bad against literally everything. So on the Dallas side, you can really pick and choose which props you want. I don't really have a play on that side just because, like I said, if you're the coach, you can scheme up any position to get open on a play, and they're probably going to be open. There's not really strengths or weaknesses on that side. And then I think Cincinnati just smacks them.
I'm in the same boat. I like the Bengals spread 5.5. I think they blow this team out. This Dallas team is one of the worst teams I've watched in football. I'm targeting on Dallas side Ferguson, tight end, 37.5 yards. He returns from injury, obviously, but full extended week, healthy. Every single tight end, Doc, has cooked this Bengals team. If they're in a negative game script, I feel really, really solid with it. So that's kind of where my lean is on that side. And then I played longest rush, Chase Brown, 15.5. Everyone's on his receiving yards. I get that as well. Dallas has actually been pretty solid too, running backs the last few weeks. I like the rush look. Obviously, he's got a 17.5 rush attempt line. I feel like it's likely he breaks a big one here against a very, very weak interior line from the Dallas side, and the linebackers are banged up. So those are the two I like targeted. I feel like this game is going to be interesting enough where maybe we see it close enough where props can start soaring, but everyone's on Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb type looks. I like longest reception for Chase, but I feel like the yards is a little scary just because they could build a huge lead, like the full yards.
Bro, have you seen Joe Burrow's lines?
What do they
36.5 pass attempts, 24.5 completions.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's so high for a team that's likely leading the whole time. I really think they're just like, yeah, we're just gonna we're 4-8. Let's just let Joe Burrow sling it.
I'm seeing Rico Dowdle big time tonight. Cowboys with the upset. Yeah, I mean, Dowdle's lines are priced pretty high where that was what was interesting. I saw him at 15.5 rush attempts, which if he gets 16 carries, you have to think the game stays close, right?
I don't. So I think it's going to be one of those where Bengals are just up by 10 the whole time.
You think?
Yeah, like they go up by 13. Dallas gets a field goal. Dallas gets another field goal. Bengals get a field goal and then a touchdown. Now it's 17. Dallas gets like a last-minute touchdown to bring it back to 10. So I think it's going to be close enough where they're not going to abandon the run until like fourth quarter, but they'll never be in a running game script. But I will say for Dowdle, I don't like his receiving matchup as much, but McCarthy has been pretty solid on his stance that they want to get him to 18 to 20 touches a game. So unless you think he's getting 5-6 targets, he should get a decent amount of rushing work.
Yeah, that's probably fair. I was just eyeing that. That was one I wanted to try to play the under with, but I just was like,
yeah,
it's too likely that he's gonna probably be involved.
Yep. But yeah, I think unless anybody has any specific questions in the chat, I think we covered most of it. Thoughts on Joe Burrow interception under? I was thinking about taking the under. In this Dallas defense, I don't think they force many turnover worthy throws. I can check real quick. But the hard part with taking a Joe Burrow under for interceptions is the fact that he's going to be throwing so much that it's like, all right, after 40 throws, he's bound to throw one.
Right.
Let's see. So advanced.
Doc, you want me to post this slip?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Joe Burrow turnover worthy throws is currently, oh wow, third best in the NFL at 2.2%. So that's pretty impressive. And then if I go on the defensive side and see where Dallas ranks in terms of forcing turnover worthy throws, they're pretty high up actually. They force the 6th most turnover worthy throws. So kind of contradicting with each other. I personally wouldn't play it, but I see the vision. Thoughts on Giannis tomorrow? Who do the Bucks play tomorrow again? They play Orlando. He'll probably go off just because I don't think Orlando has anybody that can defend him. Especially with Banchero and Franz both out, I think that's going to be, as much as I hate Doc Rivers and think he's a horrible coach, I don't think it's going to matter. Cooper Rush, 2 passing touchdowns is plus money. I could see that. I know the Bengals, in terms of percentage of rushing touchdowns or passing touchdowns, are pretty middle of the pack. And it's really just a matter of, do you think the Cowboys going to get 3 touchdowns? I don't know if I do, but in terms of the split between rushing and passing touchdowns, I could see it, especially with how bad that Cincinnati defense is. Will Brunson go off tonight? It depends on if Cat plays, honestly. What about pass attempts for Burrow? I think they're just going to let him sling it at this point. I feel like their season's so far gone. They just need to save face. And if they're going to do that, it's going to be with Burrow. Yep, I think that's everything. So we'll call it. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We're definitely going to try and do these more often. If you haven't already and you want to join the Winnable, you get all our plays earlier. We put every now and then we do some special giveaways or post a special parlay in there exclusive. If you want one free week just to see what it's about, you can use the code NBA below. The links are in our Twitter bios to go join. So appreciate everything. See you guys on the next show. Austin, good to see you, man.
Yes, sir, brother. Take it easy. Thanks for coming, guys.
Of course.